a letter reference, failure to be invited for Meru County Executive Cabinet meetings or any other official events. Your Excellency, I read that, or rather my Vice Chair read that letter. And according to Article 179(2) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the Deputy Governor is a substantive member of the County Assembly Committee, of the County Executive Committee. In your letter, you have stated that last time you attended the meetings was on 29th May 2023. Is that so?
That's true, Madam Chair.
And in your previous meetings that you have attended, were you officially invited to the meetings?
Yes, I was officially invited, and other times the county secretary would send those messages in the official county government executive WhatsApp platform, and we could see those invitations from there. But from the time I was removed from that official platform, I'm in the total darkness.
You want to confirm to this committee of the County Assembly of Meru that you are not a member of the official WhatsApp group for the executive?
Madam Chair, I have the evidence. I've screenshot those, even the dates for the removal, even the one who removed. All those official platforms are here, and those evidence are here for you to peruse and confirm those statements.
Your Excellency, who removed you from the WhatsApp group, from the official executive WhatsApp group?
Madam Chair, there is another saying for Meru people that he who sees a mongoose, you see them in double. In Kimeru, I've not been removed in one county official WhatsApp platform. I've been removed from two. One is comprised of Her Excellency, the Governor of Meru County, the Deputy Governor, who is me, the County Secretary, and the CCs, that's the executive, and the Chief of Staff, that's the executive. The other one is comprised of the Governor as the CEO of this government, myself as the Deputy, all the CCs, all the Chief Officers, all the sub-county administrators, all the ward administrators and town administrators. From the one for the executive that we are there with Governor, CECs and Chief Officers and County Secretary and Chief of Staff, I was removed by the Chief of Staff after lengthy communication that Mwangaza, you'll see the evidence is here, together with my junior or junior staff, castigating me, Mwangaza victimizing me, insulting me, vilifying me, bullying me in front of and in fact encouraging and promoting my juniors also to follow suit. And at the end of that communication, I think I can confirm that I've been quite hardy on this journey, because in all those communications, I never responded to none of them. I remained resilient, I remained calm, I remained respectful to my boss and also to my juniors, until maybe when they got tired of themselves and Chambabidi was instructed to remove me from the executive official platform. The other platform, Madam Chair, it is that other that include the Governor, all the CEC, chief officers, sub-county administrators, ward administrators, and town administrators. Again, Mama, there are sufficient evidence here, led the brigade of our junior officers to insult, castigate, victimize, bully, and finally, maybe they got tired that I'm not sensitive to respond to their allegations and their insults. Again, one James Mutia, who was the chief officer, public service at that time, again, he removed me from that other official government communications platform. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Oh, thank you so much, Your Excellency. You said you have the proofs of those, the proofs.
Yes, sufficient evidence is here.
You
from
have it.
Screenshots from those two official platforms for the county government of Meru.
Thank you so much. I think at the right time, we shall be able to admit those proofs to the committee. And we are sorry if your junior staff would be used somehow to verify you as the duly elected deputy governor of Meru. Your Excellency, a question that when you are being invited for the previous meetings, who was inviting? Was the WhatsApp group the only channel of communication for you to get invited for the meetings, or was a letter done, or was a phone call done, and who was doing it?
Thank you, Madam Chair. At that time, there was a bit of good relationship between myself and the secretary at that time. They had not really fully joined Mama in fighting me. So the invitations were done by the county secretary through the WhatsApp, through my personal WhatsApp page, through the memo, internal memo. They would bring those memos to my office, and the county secretary, as per the County Government Act, Section 44, being the person who is required of the law to keep minutes and communications to the rest of the county government officials, he used to do that. But from the date 29th of May, that was the last time I was invited to the official cabinet meetings where decisions on how Meru County government is ran are made. I haven't been able to contribute towards the agenda of developing Meru County. I've been out there frustrated, feeling wasted, feeling rejected, beaten up. Wow. But we are here, strong and ready to continue with the service of the people of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. See, it's a little bit tough, and not only for you, but also for us. Maybe you can zip some water so that we continue to the next question. No, let me continue. Okay, thank you so much. see, maybe we have zipped some water. So, Your Excellency, according to section according to section 44, 3B, the county secretary is responsible for arranging the business and keeping the minutes of the county executive committee, subject to the directions of the executive committee. In this regard, you have raised concerns with the county. Have you raised concerns with the county secretary regarding your exclusion from the county executive committee meeting? If so, what concerns have been addressed? And in what manner did you raise concerns? Were they written? Were they not written? Were they verbal? What kind of concerns did you ever raise, if any?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, by dint of Article 179, I'm supposed to attend to all the cabinet meetings because the Constitution is very clear on who is supposed to be the members of that cabinet. One is the governor as the chair of that cabinet, and the deputy governor and the CECs. I can confirm that that article, that spirit of devolution, has not been honored in Meru County because the Constitution doesn't give an alternative. It doesn't give options of if the governor or the deputy. It says that the governor, the deputy, and the CECs. So I've raised that concern with the county secretary, the officer who is supposed to invite all of us to those meetings. And I've done this, Madam Chair, by the way of writing, and they've not responded to my concerns. Still waiting, Madam Chair, and that is why I'm here today as a very integral part of devolution, also to hear about the issues that are ailing our county government of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gakure. Maybe you can give us the other question, number D.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Stephen Gakule Nchebere. I represent the people of Kigucho. This question, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, I asked you, do you think your failure to be invited to the county executive committee meetings and other official meetings could be as a result of a broken down communication between you and Our Excellency, the Governor, or could it be by chance?
Can I answer, Madam Chair?
Please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mheshimiwa Gakule, thank you for that, raising that important question. The failure for the county secretary to invite me to attend the official meetings, both the cabinet and any other official function, I can attribute it, Madam Chair, to the style of governance of Our Excellency. We can't take it from the facial point of view and say it is the failure of our lack of communication. It is the style of governance for Her Excellency, whereby she appreciates doing things herself, the lack of inclusivity. I think it is also the punishment and the torture that has been planned for me, maybe to exit the position of the deputy governor. It is also, I think, lack of knowledge on what County Government Act states. It is also lack of knowledge on what the Constitution says. It is lack of support to the spirit of devolution, because the spirit of devolution is that of inclusivity. And if at all you were to leave anyone out, if it's a must that someone must be left out, then that person, Madam Chair, should not be the deputy governor, who in case of the governor being unwell while conducting those meetings, the immediate person who should assume the seat of the deputy of the chair, it is the deputy governor, and carry on with the business of Meru County, of guiding the cabinet. So I can attribute that to not only to lack of communication, but lack of knowledge on so many areas and so many laws that govern this country and also govern county governments and devolution. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. I can see Honorable Frida and a question number C. Maybe you can be able to.
Madam Chair, sorry.
Yes, please.
Let me add more flesh on that. This is deliberate. Now I want to support directly Mheshimiwa Gakule. It is deliberate, Madam Chair, because in our official, Mr. Deputy Chair, Madam Chair, in our official platforms, Madam Governor is seen saying that I'm benchmarking on how to be an effective governor, on how to finya yeye kwa maandishi yake. He is stating that nitamfinya. If someone has swallowed the avocado seed, he must be heard crying while defecating. While defecating that avocado seed, you must hear that person crying. And to support that, Madam Chair, to really indicate that my being left out from the official meeting is deliberate, Madam Governor has sent a number of areas that she has benchmarked with. One, she benchmarked to be the best governor of Meru with Kericho. There is a letter that she sent in that WhatsApp platform that the governor of Kericho had assigned the role of deputy governor to some CEC, either CEC, agriculture or water. So that letter of deployment is sent to confirm I'm benchmarking with the best governors. Another area, I think she got an extract from the social media where the deputy governor of Siaya was blocked from attending the official cabinet meetings. Again, for benchmarking purposes, she extracted that video and sent to that platform to show the officials in that platform, these are the best areas that I'm learning from. So Mama, after learning from the best, what do you expect? She have to implement the great lessons learned. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Now, Your Excellency, you alluded to WhatsApp group conversations that seemingly demeaned the person and the office that you hold. And I want to perhaps quote Article 75 of our Constitution that talks about conduct of state officers. Do you strongly feel that the kind of conversations that went on in that WhatsApp group, and perhaps if there are any other forms of conversations in terms of phone calls, in terms of email addresses, email messages and text messages. Do you feel that the state officer who did all this brings honor or conducts him or herself according to how the Constitution of Kenya requires them to conduct themselves as state officers? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Now it is Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, for that concern, the conduct of any state officer, there is a way that as state officers, we are required to conduct ourselves either in public or in private arenas. And according to me, the communications done on those WhatsApp or done in the open areas where Mama Andres, either her deputy or other elected leaders, I don't believe that it brings honor to the office of the CEO of the county government of Meru, this being the highest level of leadership in the second tier of the two levels of government, the national government and the county government. This is a highly esteemed office, and the office holder should, I think some of the functions and the roles of the CEO of the county is to promote unity. It is to promote togetherness. It is to promote teamwork. It is to bring the people together and be inclusive, not only to the deputy governor, to the local mwananchi in the interiors of this county, Madam Chair. So failing to include or to invite or to use vulgar language, to use abusive language to me, to the deputy governor, I don't think this is what was envisaged by the spirits, by the drafters of the Constitution of Kenya. It is not what was envisaged by the drafters of the County Government Act. It is not even morally right. It is not acceptable by the societal principles. The people of Meru have respect for different age groups, for different members of the society. It is not acceptable anywhere. It is not even Christian. And Mama being my senior, a bishop, and being her junior in all respects, both in religion and also in the office, she's not supposed to address me in a manner to promote divisiveness, to promote disunity, to promote lack of respect for me. You know, respect is two-way. You respect your junior, and they respond the same. So I've maintained and contained myself and maintained the oath of office that I took on 25th of August, 2022, that I shall honor and defend the Constitution of Kenya, serve the President of Kenya and the people of Meru. Yes, I've tried to do that, but under very, very difficult circumstances. I said again that I'm not giving up yet. I'm on the track and ready and available for the people of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Still on the same, Your Excellency. Now, have these actions of, abusive language to an extent of even the staff, juniors, demeaning you. Have they in any way injured your emotions? Have they had any adverse effect on your self-esteem? Because mental health is also an important aspect of leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. These issues, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, thank you for raising that concern. It is really, there has been quite a polluted working environment for me, and not only for me, let me be frank here, for the entire staff of Meru County. Look at what happens with the executive of Meru County being forced to give monthly reports that is called a monthly briefing. It is nowhere in the Constitution. We only subject our officers to shame, to intimidation, to bullying, being asked questions that sometimes you don't have answers to give, and also issues that are supposed to be discussed by the CEO and his team in the boardroom, they are spilled in the public. Waswahili walisema kwenye kuku wengi usimwage mtama. There are issues that we are supposed to square out as the executive in the boardroom and come up with the refined, palatable, consumable pieces for the purposes of the public, as we give it whole and raw to the public to consume. No wonder the environment in Meru is toxic. They feel like we don't have the executive part of the government, the authority that our officers should carry with them, that the CECs should carry with them. People who are recruited by the basis of their training, by the basis of their expertise, by the basis of their experience of work from their areas of training in different departments, the health department, agriculture, trade, and education. They are qualified men and women. But as we speak, Madam Mr. Chair, there is no officer who can stand in front of you and speak with authority about the agenda that they have in their various departments because of the self-esteem that you've talked about. They are already affected, from the deputy governor, from the top officials of the county government of Meru, and the rest. Again, Waswahili walisema, samaki huanza kuoza kwa kichwa. Samaki akioza kichwa, aingie shingo ambayo ni deputy governor, don't expect the tail to be healthy. The rest of the body is rotten, and we need a serious surgery for Meru County, for the people of Meru to benefit from the development agenda that our government has for the rest of the country. Otherwise, we are going to remain behind in so many areas. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And you've mentioned lightly about the samaki akioza kutoka kwa kichwa, hata shingo inaoza. I don't want to imagine that nyinyi wote mumeoza, kwa sababu pia sisi tutakuwa tumeoza as a county. But on a light note, I saw Honorable Frida, you had an issue from Frida. I also saw Honorable Makena Mogaine, you also had an issue. Maybe in that order, we can be able to raise the issues, and our glucose levels are going down, so we can try and be fast.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. For the purpose of records, Frida Naito, especially elected by UDA. To you, our Deputy Governor, we know according to Article 179(2) of the Constitution of Kenya, you're a substantive member of County Executive Committee. And according to you, have you done any formal communication regarding your non-invitation to the County Executive Committee, maybe to the County Secretary or whoever who is in charge of inviting people to that committee? Thank you.
Honorable Bogaine, you can combine so that we can answer both of them. As Honorable Mem from Igodi West, your hand has been up for quite some time. You'll follow after Mogaine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Our Excellency. Mine is to ask you, because you've been excluded from the county executive meetings, has this had an impact on your overall functioning and decision-making process in the county government of Meru? Thank you.
Maybe you can respond to that so that Honorable Mem will now, after this, take us through the Finance Management Act and be able to ask a question on that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. One, Honorable Kabuai Naito has inquired about if I've reached out to any relevant government agency for help. Yes, even before I thought of reaching out to officially the government agencies, I had talked myself to Her Excellency, invited some of the elders within the cabinet, again to reach out to Her Excellency and help in solving out our differences. I had reached out to the clergy, revered member of clergy family in Meru County. Again, they availed no help. I had reached out to the revered members of Jorincheke, Council of Elders. If they can, they will confirm this to us or to the people of Meru that I reached out to them. Again, I don't know if they ever relayed the message to Her Excellency, because mine is to tell the story, but in a very, very simple way. Once they go that way, they don't come this way with the feedback. Then when these issues developed to this other level, I started now officially engaging with the government agencies, and one of those is this key stakeholder of any devolved unit. And this assembly is a serious stakeholder in Meru County as government. And so I wrote to you, to this house, to the speaker, and also I've written to the county secretary, again inquiring if there is any cabinet meetings that have been held in my absentia, and why I've been left out of those meetings. And it is the Constitution who states, I won't say which it is, because it's a living document. It is the Constitution, being the authority, who states on the composition of the cabinet. So by the virtue of that, yes, I've reached out to those relevant agencies and the offices. Madam Mogaine, if my overall contribution has been affected. This obvious. Yes, it is like paying a house girl or a houseboy or a gardener, and you don't give them tools and equipment to do the work. And even if they try to do the work through their own innovativeness, they look for the available ways of working. Again, you stop them, that you remain there. I'll do my work myself. But you know, this is being unkind to the public, because the public money is used to pay the honorable office and the holder of the office of the Deputy Governor of Meru. But again, the people who are supposed to guide on how things are done so that we pay, we serve, we give, we contribute as per the mandate of the office. Instructions are there that I should not be given any opportunity to contribute, and I feel, again, as Meru County, we are losing, we are missing the point, we have lost the track, and we need to redirect this water back to its original flow. So as part of this community, we must all together entertain this discussion on where are we heading to as Meru community, not even the government. It is all of us. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Kisima?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think last month we had a meeting, a state launch at Nakuru with all elected leaders in Meru, together with the president and the deputy president. And I saw a deputy governor there. What I wanted to know, how did he get the information? Or you are going there? Or was he invited for that meeting? And if he was not invited, how did you get that information? And if I go back to the last letter that you handled, was he compensated or was he facilitated to go there? That's my question.
Thank you so much. I think he handled that a little bit, but briefly, maybe in a summary manner,
Yes.
you can be able to remind us again about that meeting. And as you remind us, I can see Mheshimiwa from Igoji West, your hand is up. You really want to contribute on the matter that you have told me on the financial year. So maybe you can do that as the Mheshimiwa prepares.
Yes, Madam Chair, we've discussed quite intensely about the effectiveness and and efficiency, and what has really appeared strongly is that for us as the government to be effective, there must be prompt and effective communication. I've said that my last communication was in May. That is the direct communication with Mama. And that is when instructions were given to all staff, including Director of Communications and Protocol, not to in any way engage with me officially or unofficially. And it's good, Madam Chair, that you know my office has been isolated. I work in solitary. If in any case you are spotted going to the office of the Deputy Governor, remember, you will pay for it. There are young men put around the office to take photos in case there is nobody around who would really identify the person visiting the deputy governor. They would take photos and relay the message to the sending authority to confirm if it is the county government staff. They will be victimized. They will be sent packing to another working station. If it is the member of county assembly, the Okolea thing will land to their ward heavy, prepared to crash, and pay the price for visiting that office. So some of you here, I know I've talked to them and I'm chair and told them, for the sake of your welfare, for the sake of your friendship with mama, for the sake of benefits to your people, kindly stop visiting me, because I know it will be a bad thing on your part. So on the Nakuru thing, I learned it is the MPs who called me. 3 of them reached out to me because they've been seeing what is happening, and they inquired if I'm aware about the invitation by His Excellency the President for all the elected leaders to go to Nakuru State Lodge. I told them I'm not aware. Then they told me it is wise you prepare and come. That is what I did. I prepared myself, of course, fueled the motor vehicle, paid for the upkeep of my PA and driver and security. We attended the meeting on that day. What transpired, we all know because you were there. And then we came back. It is on my way back when my vehicle stopped in Nanyuki, and I asked for help from a friend who gave me something to refuel and continue with the journey back home. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Your Excellency, as you addressed the question on people being victimized for visiting your office, and you in particular, and photos being taken as part of the evidence. Now, there is a circular that went around a month ago or so that had relocated your office from the executive part of the office to the other side of offices that serves what we call chief officers and directors. We would like to hear, could this be part of a scheme to further, separate you from the executive? Because what I understand, and most will understand, is where the executive sits is this side of the office, is where the office of the governor is. And the office of the deputy governor should be, because that is part of the governor's, offices. And what I understand is money was spent to specifically design that office to be held by the deputy governor. So we'd like to hear, were you moved? Was the office moved, and has it been occupied by somebody else? We would like, as a committee and the public, perhaps to hear, and is it the right move, to move you from the executive office to an office that we don't know whether it befits the stature of a deputy governor? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, you've correctly put it that whatever that was done was in bad spirit. I can say that the force that has meted on me and the vilification is unwarranted for, it's uncalled for, it's unnecessary. In the spirit of devolution, and in the spirit of the Constitution that places the deputy governor as the principal deputy to the governor, the principal and advisor to the governor, I think they envisaged a situation where the governor and the deputy governor could be together, encourage teamwork, encourage consultations, promote, togetherness, because it has to start from the top going downwards. That is why the previous regime, former governor of Meru, His Excellency Mzee Kiraitu, and my senior, His Excellency, former Deputy Governor of Meru, Titus Ntochu, together with the cabinet and all the stakeholders, including the County Assembly of Meru, I think the Land Assembly, the Second Assembly, decided to come up with a design and allocate sufficient public money, to create the office of the governor and that of the deputy governor. Among the issues that they considered, I think it is the executive role that the governor and the deputy governor are supposed to play as per the Constitution. The issue about the work that we should do in consultation, we will be close to each other. Again, the security aspect of the two county executive, it was, I believe, considered by the players who did that beautiful work. That is why they moved from the old block and came to the new block. And I tell you, there is heavy investment for that office to suit the caliber of the office bearer. That is the governor and the deputy governor. According to the wisdom of Her Excellency, the spirit of devolution, of consultation, the spirit of constitution of being the principal and advisor doesn't count. She also affected the geographical placement of the office, not only the rift between, you can deny, you can reject someone's opinion and leave them be whatever they are. So the geographical placement of the office of the deputy governor was also affected. And Madam Chair, before it was moved, there was a barrier for those who have been visiting the office of the governor from the previous regime and early in our regime. The office of the governor and the deputy governor were open. You could come and see governor going to her office and deputy also entering to his office. But due to this bullying, spirit of bullying, spirit of arrogance, spirit of, I think, self-something, she instructed that the relevant department to put a barrier and an entry, a door, so that we don't see each other. Maybe she don't want to see me going to my office. So I think it was only difficult for her also to instruct the people not to allow me use the lift that we use as the VIPs. After this stuff, the toxic politics developed to some levels. I think in last 1 month ago, she instructed the chief of staff to lift the office of the deputy governor and led it to the old block. And the office was not occupied in a civilized manner, Madam Chair. It was broken into. We have the evidence of the police OMB that we reported. They'd never communicated to no one, not me, not my PA, the one that I cater for myself, not even the secretary who is serving me, again being punished for being the servant of the deputy governor, was communicated to, that we want to relocate the documents, the contents, the personal items for the deputy governor that are in the office. They broke into and carried the documents and things that were there, left the furnitures that were meant to be used by the deputy governor in that office. I think they only lifted contents, files, and my personal documents, of which some of my items got lost in the process. My laptop, I hand like 46,000 in the drawer. I hand my academic documents. They are reported with at the police station, because the people that were used to relocate me, they just did it in a manner to show that you are nothing in this government and you don't matter. So yes, Mr. Chair, I've learned that the one that left the office that I occupied, the CEC, Public Service and Legal Affairs, Bwana anaitwa, hata nimeanza kuwasahau, Dickson Monene. He is the occupier, you can imagine. He is the occupier of that office. He's a legal mind, he's a legal person. But because of the level at which the government is operating at, he's also acting as the county attorney. He can't advise Mama that whatever Mama we are doing is against the law, it is immoral, it is illegal, it is not right, it is not acceptable. You just heed to the instructions and execute the mind of Her Excellency without an iota of including your opinion to whatever Mama wants done. It will be done raw and straight to the point. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and thank you for really coming out and speaking as it is. Previously, when we saw it, we thought it was a rumor, but you have been able to confirm on oath that it is true that your office was relocated. And I'm sure the committee will still probably one of these fine days.
Sorry, Madam Chair, for interjecting.
Yes.
I want to add something. Once I got relocated, I publicly agreed with the decision of my boss that I love and support and pray for. And I said that I'm willing and ready and available for the people of Meru, and I will serve them from anywhere, even under a tree, because the office of the deputy governor is not the building, it is the person occupying that position. And this is me, I can serve them from anywhere, from Domuru. I can give services to the people of Meru from anywhere. So once I reported to the new office that befits the deputy governor of Meru status as per Mama's point of view, I wrote to the county secretary that now that you've relocated me, I appreciate the gesture, but I don't have the place where my secretary can operate from. I don't have a place where my PA can sit. I don't have a place where my driver and my security, I can call them my secretariat, can operate from. My protocol media people that are supposed to take photos of any event when I'm moving out, I don't have anywhere where they can serve the people of Meru from. Madam Chair, I have again the correspondence here about the letter that I wrote to the county secretary and about the response that I got that, yes, Your Excellency, we acknowledge the receipt of your letter complaining about the insufficiency of the space where your people can operate from. We can inform you that the office that you occupy is the biggest in this county. Allow us to come and petition that office so that we can get those 4 offices for your people to operate from. I have that correspondence here from the County Secretary of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Take it is. Probably we shall go there to visit the Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Meru, and probably share some tea from the office if there is any. Mheshimiwa Mbioki, your hand has been up for a long time. Then after that, we'll give to Mheshimiwa Idili, who is our leader of Minority Party, where I am, so that we can be able to address us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Your Excellency, I think as per the Constitution, you are still, under any circumstance, the second in command. Nobody can take that one as your constitutional right. Looking at Section 129 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, you are supposed to be a member of the Executive Committee, and it is the Executive Committee that approves the budget. So we are wondering, well, I'm wondering whether you are involved in the approval of the budget in the year 2023-2024. And if so, how much money was allocated for your office? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At the time, I think it was around March. At that time, things had not reached to these levels where we are. I followed Mama and the executive team that was approving the budget 2023-2024 to Nanyuki. Yes, I was part of the team that approved the budget. Madam Chair, I've been hearing, you know, when we meet as deputy governors caucus, we share, we talk about the successes and failures that we have in our counties. We talk about the welfare. I can tell you that I've been hearing things from my colleagues that I have 40 million as my budget line for my county. I am the CEC for this. I have 45 million, I have that million. And they ask me, how much do you have, Deputy Governor of Meru? And I tell them, I operate under the mercies of God as the Deputy Governor of Meru. So to answer the question from Mheshimiwa MM, I have no budget line, Madam Chair. And I have a document here, again from Mama's communication. I think there were noise from the members of County Assembly at that time who had started saying that we are going to allocate some money for the office of the Deputy Governor. And Mama has I have communications here from those official platform, Mama saying that he is saying that he will split the budget into two. Let him dare. He will pay dearly. I'm not the one saying, I'm quoting verbatim what was said. And if he is comparing himself with Mheshimiwa Ntochu had invested heavily on the formation of the government. So on what basis is he claiming to be facilitated as the deputy governor of Meru? You know, again, let me not talk much because again in Kimeru, my late father, the former national chairman during Cheke Council of Elders, told me that he who tells everything is likely not to be there to tell the story again tomorrow. Kana mwaria tionde atetora. So I'm not here again to tell the whole story because we have a future to tell it again and again and again. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. In connection to budgetary allocations, I want to bring to your attention and attention of the public that this assembly passed a budget for the office of the governor for an approximate of 188 million, 173 million office of the governor. And the office of the governor, the law recognizes the office of the governor, meaning both the governor and the deputy. Therefore, when the assembly passes a budget of 173 million allocated to the office of the governor, it means the deputy governor is part of the money that is allocated to that office. So you're telling us there is no single budget that the governor has assigned to the office of the deputy governor, even after we passed 173 million to that office.
Thank you, Madam Chair. When we came into office, we found the budget for 2022-2023. That is what we've been operating with. And the budget for the office of the governor was, again, around 180 million. We've been operating. Initially, we had a talk with Mama that now, Mama, as your principal assistant, I have the people that are expecting to be supported by me, by the office of the deputy governor. I have things that I should do in order to be effective and deliver services to the people of Meru. What allocation are you going to give me? And she told me that I'm going to discuss this with the CEC Finance. And that is what I stated earlier, that Mama instructed that first I got 50,000 per month for like 3 months. Then I got 200,000 per month, again for like 3 months. From the month of April, it is stopped. No tissue in the office, no soap to wash the office, no water for the guests, no nothing. What I've been doing is to entertain my guests with my own money, to go to the to serve the people of Meru with my own money, to attend to the official functions of the county government, and even the at times we are called by the national government. Again, I use my own money. So those people who have brought me invitations, cans for fundraisers, for church building, for hospital bills, for burials, this is direct from the salary that Mama thinks is so huge for me to be able to manage. And true to her words, we've been managing this huge salary with the people of Meru and others who are my friends who think that I hold a serious office in Meru County and I can help them financially. Yes, I've tried to do my best with a huge salary for the deputy governor. I don't have any budgetary allocation as the deputy governor of Meru, and that is the status.
Thank you. Thank you so much. By any chance, were you involved in the budget making process?
Yes, Madam Governor, Madam Chair.
Yes, Deputy Governor. Thank you for the prayers. I can see Honorable Kilingo, you have something to ask, and Honorable Idili, and then we shall get some question from Honorable DMK. Yes, maybe begin with the lady first, then we come to the leader of minority. Yes.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Should I introduce myself again? No, anyway, for purposes of record, my name is Karimi Kilingo, a nominated member of this honorable house by the PNU party. And I have a concern, Your Excellency. When did your drift start with Mama? And also, because when she says go to your wife to cook for you, your office is here, kunona, I don't know if probably you had self-interest that triggered her to react that way in public, and or maybe it's a succession threat that she has towards you. And also, you've told us that you went to say sorry a couple of times. Are you guilty of something? Because if you're innocent and she claims in public and sends you to your wife, and whatever she's doing to you, probably there's maybe something that you triggered. Maybe you can clarify that for me. And also, Your Excellency, she selected you as her deputy way before we knew you. Okay, at least I can speak for myself. And did she have such behaviors before when you guys knew each other? Because you have a background for her to select you as a deputy, and I don't expect such reactions for someone who you've probably come a long journey with, or probably can we say that she's drunk with power? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. The DG elaborated a bit of it, where the problems began. For instance, he talked about during the inauguration, where some of the invitees have were invited. He sent the list and he was asked to cancel. I can also confirm that has also been sent to us, the invitation list by one. She's Honorable Kareda. She has sent us the list that you sent to her, that she was asked to send. And I want to really thank also the people of Meru, since so many of them are foreign and we are receiving so many comments. So I've been able to get that from the comments of Honorable Kareda. Thank you so much, because you are foreign from wherever you are. So I think you just answered the Mheshimiwa, the brief that you have not been able to tackle.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for saving me the energy of answering to what we've already tackled. When my rift started, that one is handled. Go to your wife and get fend from there. I think Mama was responding to my statement that I gave to the media, that it is Mwangaza of Meru TV who asked me, what challenges have you faced for 1 year? You've been in office of the Deputy Governor of Meru, and I told her that I've reduced the time I was coming into the office of the Deputy Governor. I was weighing 94 kilograms, and 1 year down the line, I am 89 kgs, meaning for 1 year, I've reduced by 16 kilograms due to the mental issues, due to the challenges that I've gone through, stress. So by the response that Mama gave, that if you're cutting weight with that rate, then you need to go and get fed by your wife. I don't think that is the correct manner in which she was supposed to respond to my statement, to my issues, to my cry, because that was a cry that was supposed to be listened to by my boss, by my friend and colleague, and by a senior clergy in this community. She was supposed to give ear to all, and including to the Deputy Governor, because that is the spirit of devolution. You encourage inclusivity, public participation, and it's not always that the public will tell us what we want to hear. So by me saying that things have not been easy for me, and for her to respond in that way, also including my spouse in the mix, you know, that again is lack of respect. It is dishonor to the office of the high office of the second level of government. That address to me was unpalatable, and I still feel offended by that statement. And also my wife and the entire family felt like we are under attack by our own governor, who should be protecting all of us, starting with the Deputy Governor to the rest of the people of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. I think then to cut down on some weight, one needs to be the Deputy Governor. Okay, so maybe we can go to Mheshimiwa Idhili.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
No, Madam Chair, correct. If you want to cut weight, you have to be the Deputy Governor. And not all the Deputy Governors have cut weight. You must be under.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Your Excellency, we understand constitutionally that you are the principal principal assistant to the governor, and there are some meetings we expect you or the governor. If the governor is not there, we expect the Deputy Governor to be there. And Your Excellency, on 22nd of May, we saw on the Facebook page of the governor an delegation led by the county secretary constituting the PA, the sister to the governor, and the security officer, the security of the governor, sister to the governor, meeting the ambassador of Slovakia in the embassy of Slovakia and discussing matters concerning the county government of Meru. So, Your Excellency, would like to know, were you requested to represent the governor in that meeting and denied or refused? Or maybe the governor saw it right to send the county secretary and the two sisters to represent the county government of Meru. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The next one from Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I have a concern to raise, and I'll pick an incident that happened in Igembe Central. there was an event in Kiengo, MCK, where junior county government of Meru employees undermined and ignored the presence of the deputy governor to an extent of not even recognizing him in their speeches. And the team was led by one Mutia James, and the two sub-county admins and the one admins in that region. So in their speeches, they didn't even mention you, nor recognize you. Now, a question to that. As the deputy governor, being their boss, how did you react to that? And the last one, to whom do you attribute that to? And the other concern is a time there was an event in Baite TV, Meru TV, where we didn't see the chief officers and the county executive committee members. They did give a brief that was aired live on Baite TV, and they did castigate you as a deputy governor of Meru County. Now, you being the boss, can we term this insubordination to some extent? And two, again, how did you react to that? And the last one was the insult in Baite TV by the chief of staff, Honorable, is it Honorable, this guy gone Chamba baby, publicly demeaning you. So what are your reaction to all these things? And to how do you react to all these things? Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you. Respond to that as Honorable DMK now prepares to take the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The question raised by Mheshimiwa Idhili, Minority Leader, about the visits by the County Secretary and the two sisters to the governor, to the ambassador of Slovakia, that was I supposed to go with them being the deputy governor of Meru? The answer to this concern, Madam Chair, is no. I've been obedient and adhering to the Constitution, that I'm here to serve first the President, again, defend the Constitution of Kenya, and also my loyalty to the people of Meru, and support the governor of Meru, being my boss and the CEO of this county, to deliver to the people of Meru. So any time Mama has called upon me, and in fact there was a moment that she would send my junior to relay messages to me, and I would hearken to the instruction, because I know where those instructions are coming from. So I've always been obedient. I've always been ready and willing to go anywhere and represent our county and negotiate and discuss and also look for the opportunities where our county can benefit. On this case, Madam Chair, let me say that I was not asked about representing county government to the ambassador of Slovakia. Many trips have been made by the junior county government officials within the country and outside, including China, including America, including Southern Korea, and many other places. I, the deputy governor of Meru, have not been involved in those outside trips where the agenda of Meru County is supposed to be discussed, where the developments, where the opportunities are. The people who go, of course, they go there as tourists. They go to feel good about their being in government. They don't go there with any agenda. They go and enjoy the per diems, enjoy the trip, enjoy the beauty of being related to the governor, and come back. But the agenda of representing Meru County government to go and listen to the world, hear where the rest of the world is moving, so that we can align our government.
Your Excellency, I want to cut you there. Oh, I'm thinking whenever any government officer visits a benchmarking trip, then go on a benchmarking activities. They don't go as tourists. That is for all the public servants. And maybe when they are taking the photos anywhere else, it is part of, it's when they are relaxing after work. So government officials don't go on tourist activities, then go to benchmark for the development of the county. Maybe you can paraphrase your statement better on that. And at the same time, maybe also confirm to us that you have never been able to attend any benchmarking activity outside the country.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, with your wisdom and guidance, I paraphrase and withdraw the earlier statement of being tourists. But you know, it is put in the context of the reason as to why, you know, the main agenda for benchmarking, the representation of Meru County should be done, or any other government. They are caliber of people. They are designated officers who are supposed to represent the county government. And if we are going for the purposes of talking about or engaging in the issues of health, Madam Chair, it is the CEC Health, it is the technocrats in the health department that should go there, so that it doesn't look like a tourism venture that is taking place. And yes, all the visits that have taken place, I can confirm, and you'll check with my passport, Madam Chair, I've not represented the government in any benchmarking forum, whereas many events have been there and have received invitations to that effect. Many are here. My colleagues, deputy governors, have been in those trips like 10 times, but the deputy governor of Meru is confined within the Meru boundaries. And if you have to go anywhere outside Meru, you meet the costs therein. So I've never represented our government outside Kenya, whereas many trips have been made to that effect.
Sorry, you've been asking the chair to protect you from me, but I think this time around you'd ask me to protect you from the chair. Because I want to perhaps help you when you said some leave as tourists. There's one letter that Her Excellency the Governor, this is to Beijing, League Tech Company Limited. I think it was a form of invitation or something. But when you look at the names of people that went to China as of that time, one is Her Excellency Governor Kawira Mwangaza, one Dr. John Gikunda Munganya, one Miss Miriam Karwiro Wantai. I think that's the sister to the governor. There is Mr. Nefat Kinyomeme, Mr. Murangiri Kenneth Wantai, again, that's family. Then Dr. Luruti Jeremiah Gitonga. Then there is Mr. Eric Murevi Mukangu. So in a list of 7 people, you find perhaps 4. 4 or 5 of them are family, close family members. So I think, Honorable Chair, we cannot really call that a true representation of the county government officials living out for benchmarking. And I would like now to protect the, the man from the chair this time around. Thank you. Could that be the reason why you said as such?
Correctly put.
And in the same letter now, Dr. Loruti somebody is not a county employee. In fact, he's a political activist within Meru County. No, that is not the true representation of the government of County of Meru.
Thank you so much. Now using the powers from the chair, let us not go too much into the nitty-gritties of who is invited where, but what we stand for is that whenever any county government official leaves the country, is cleared by devolution and is going on an official activity. So let us not get into so much details into that. We say the devil is in the details. Let's not get into those details so much. So at this particular time, I will ask Honorable DMK to execute his matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. By your leave and the permissions of Article 180 of our standing orders, I would like to do a cross-examination of the witness. The Deputy Governor before us today is a potential witness in our investigation as to what has been going on. That is why you were sworn in when you came. You did not come to make a speech, and you have been doing well so far, so congratulations. So the chair has allowed me to put very short questions to you, and in the interest of time, we expect very short answers. Some are yes or no, according to what you know is right, because you have sworn today to tell to inform this committee on what is in your knowledge. Thank you. And my first question is, did you know each other with the governor well before the elections? And were you the only person who was offered the position of being the running mate to the Honorable Governor Kawira Mwangaza?
Okay, I answer
Yeah, that
one.
is cross-examination.
Okay, I can say no, but I knew the husband, my brother, His Excellency, the spouse to the governor. I knew him because we had spent our youthful time together in Meru, and this is how he introduced me to Her Excellency, the governor, with the prior knowledge that he knew me as a strong Christian, as a serious leader, and someone who does not waver in the area that he has focused on. And was I the only one, the only candidate that was there for the deputy governor of Meru? No, again, according to Mama Governor, you can also get these from Baita TV. The other day, Mr. Murega was being interviewed, and he alluded that I was not the only candidate. We were around 17 people. And when Mama did her background check on the qualities that she needed for the deputy governor of Meru, I managed the winner, and I resigned from my previous employment. I've been working as a prisons officer, and that's how I joined politics, due to my background with the national government and also the things that I've been doing in the community through Methodist Church in Kenya and also other community activities. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Now, now that you have informed this committee that your differences with the governor began during your swearing in on the same inauguration day, have you been trying to resolve them? Have you tried to contact the governor to contact her throughout this period up to now to write to her, to see whether you can, to call her, to find out whether your situation can be changed, as to whether she can reverse course onto your predicament?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We all know that immediately we entered this office, issues came up, and part of those issues were between the Assembly and the Executive. We all know that one Deputy Governor of Meru stood strongly as a defender of the Governor of Meru. I stood by her side. I defended her. I prayed for her. From these level negotiations, trying to reach out to majority of you so that we could resolve the issue that was there, and many can attest to this. And I know no one can say that at that time I called so that we can impeach Mama for me to ascend to the position of the governor. I stood with her to the Senate, and many people reached out to me that, you guy, are you asleep? Are you not awake? Are you not aware of the position that you can take when this Mama is impeached? But I stood with the Christian principles, Madam Chair, that which you would want done to you, you do to your other person, you do to your sister. And with my background as an undisciplined person, Madam Chair, we are trained that for you to be hit by the bullet, for the boss to be hit by the bullet, then the deputy should not be alive. So from those backgrounds, I defended Mama, and from my background also for forensic psychology, I was taking care of her welfare, taking care of her well-being, you know, and protecting her for the people of Meru. Because we had an agenda, we had a manifesto to implement, we had a dream, aspirations, we had issues to fulfill, things that we had promised the people of Meru, and that was my agenda. That is how and why I defended Mama, and up to now, I don't think I can raise a finger against her. I still feel I have an obligation to respect, to uphold, and continue supporting her office, Madam Chair. Thank you.
When was the last time you spoke with her, with the governor?
The last time I spoke with her, although even initially we have been playing public relations games, we are not talking in the office, but when we go out there, I'll praise her, talk good about her, speak positive about my boss, talk about the government agenda for the people of Meru. But the last time I called her is around April, because even when she was giving me instructions about the burial of former Antobeto Ekeongo MCA Mheshimiwa Kalionga, it is through Murega that I received those instructions. But I knew that it is not Mzee Murega who is giving the information, it is coming from Mama.
Have you been trying to call the governor ever since April to see and to sort your situation with her?
Yes, Madam Chair, I've tried my best. I've called her, I've written to her, until the last message that I did is to tell her, Mama, we have visitors who have come. The entire country is here, and the deputy governor, of whom majority of the people who represented their counties It is the deputy governors who are here. So they expected their colleague to host them and to show them around and, create that conducive environment for those sporting activities to take place in the Kikoska Games. I called Mom, I think it was on 25th of August. That is the last time I pleaded with her to intervene so that my car could get some fuel, but she didn't respond. The latest, I think, is about the case when the IFMIS report was brought in the limelight by one civil activist, Bwana Omutata. I reached out to her. I wrote to her on how to handle issues of the government. I felt threatened myself because being the deputy governor, and you see the nakedness of the government is displayed in the public, in the rest of the country, in the rest of the world, that's not a very good feeling. Again, I reached out to her to ask on how to contain this situation. She didn't pick my call. She never responded. I have messages for WhatsApp, the messages that I wrote, showing that I still support you, and I want and I pray that this government can function according to the dream that the people of Meru has on us. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Now, going to the Chief of Staff and the County Secretary, these two seem to be the people who are doing all these injustices to you. They are the ones who are writing, they are the ones who are removing you from office, they are the ones. I've also heard the Chief of Staff twice go on live TV to even insult you and say that you are doing something bad on the plate that you are eating from. The other day, I want to put those ones because we are very insultful. I would want to ask, what is the relationship between you and the two of them? Do you attribute this to them individually, these actions they have taken against you, or to the governor herself?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Some of those things are painful and it is unfair. Yes, the relationship has been quite rough. I can say that even the time we were not really in this kind of friction, the County Secretary and the Chief of Staff would tell me that, DG, we are willing to do this and that to you. We are willing to communicate to you. We are willing to relay this information or support you in this and that. But you sort your issues with your boss. She's the one who is not happy with what we are saying. So, Madam Chair, I don't take any offense with the County Secretary. They are being misused. I don't take any offense with the Chief of Staff. They are the mouthpiece of the boss, who is my boss, Madam Governor Kawira Mwangaza, because, she has led by example. What you've heard in Chambambede mentioned is already mentioned in the WhatsApp official platform, where all the chief officers are, where the CECs are. So about defecating on a plate, those are not news from Chambambede. Mama herself has insinuated and hinted on that he who swallows the avocado seed must make noise when defecating the same. So I don't take offense with my juniors. I know civil servants are there to serve any government that will be in power. But for this, I think we are losing the track, and there is a lot of work that we need to do to debrief them, to take them back to how civil servants should behave, and also to do some refresher courses so that they can go back to the old ways of doing as per the law and also as per the ethics. There are things that you can't do to your senior, to your mother, to your father, to your religious leader. I'm also a religious leader, but in Chamba Bethi doesn't recognize that. So maybe we've lost the way and we need to retract our steps as Meru community. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I'll join two questions and please be brief with them. What is the governor's management style? Because you have been attending the cabinet, and are the other CECs comfortable? Do they contribute? Do they give their ideas in the cabinet? Or they're just rubber stamps and they are never allowed to speak? I would like to find out from you from the minute you entered the cabinet and the time that you have been attending the governor's management style in the cabinet. What are the other chief, the executive committee members going through that you'd like to speak of that you know?
I can briefly describe it as a one-man show. It really doesn't embrace the spirit of Constitution and Devolution Act, where inclusivity and participation is highly encouraged in the current Constitution. I can say that Mama will push what she thinks is good, whether it is supported by any law or not, she will push it. And if you dare give a divergent opinion, it will be faced with wrath, with punishment, and with serious warning that you are an enemy of the government. Those names, those ones are highly used in the documentation, in the evidence that I've brought here concerning the conversations in the WhatsApp. Enemy, that is an enemy of the government. He is an enemy of the government. We must manage that enemy of the government. So we have so many enemies until we've become enemies of our own self. Yes.
Very much. Now, are you ready to swear an affidavit to support what you are telling this committee? Yes or no?
Able, available, and willing at any time.
Thank you. Now, about the recent trip that the members discussed, the governor was not able to go to that trip despite being on the list. Instead, she sent Miriam Gwantai, who is sent to be a sister, Murangeri Gwantai, who is a brother and a bodyguard, Rose Kinya Gwantai, who is a sister and also another bodyguard, Nefat Kenywa, who is the husband to Miriam, and Edward Mutuma, who is the nephew to Murega, and another person who is not even a member of the government, who is not a public servant. Considering that these people were hired by the governor herself, not the public service, not the county public service, because they are personal staff, do you think they were supposed to be sent on a government mission? Because we have a letter from the Ministry of Devolution that was sent there by the county secretary to request that they be approved to go on that trip from 7th June to 17th June for 10 days, and they went, and we have videos and everything, communication. Do you think it was right?
Madam Chair, that is why this house is here. The Constitution envisages a situation where there must be checks and balances, the excesses that the executive can go to the extremes. The people mentioned in that list, some are officials that are serving attached to the county government and the personal assistant to the governor, but because there is no regard for the rule of law, there is no regard for any guiding law in this county or the policies made by this assembly. That is why you can hear a very crucial, important benchmarking visit, government being represented by the officers who have no capacity to come and implement whatever they go there to do, because they are going there. That is why I talked about tourism in the name of developing the Meru County government.
Very much. I've never seen you participate in the Okolea programs that happen on Sundays. What is your thinking of the Okolea program briefly? And you advise the governor against doing the Okolea that resorted to violence, because we have seen so many people charged at the Meru Law Courts that happened in Makiri, your home area.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think Okolea is not in any way the subject of our matter today, but I can comment because it's also a serious agenda that all Meru people are interested in. Okolea, it's a personal charitable organization that is spearheaded by Her Excellency and the family, and by it family fellowship. So we can not really entertain this discussion because it's not a public entity. But this Okolea program has been used as a tool to, punish, to intimidate. I can tell you, some of the members of County Assembly have borne the brunt of attending those Okolea programs. As the Deputy Governor of Meru, I can say Okolea is a poverty promoting program that needs to be looked into by all Meru people, including wazee, wamama, vijana, because if we continue encouraging this spirit of dependency, Madam Chair, then we don't have future for our community. We need to encourage wealth creation, and that is the spirit of devolution. Devolution is here so that we don't okolewa. Devolution is here so that each one of us can have enough, can have sufficient, can have the knowledge. We can capacity build our people. We can, disseminate information that is coming from the national government to the people in the mashinani, so that we can bring development partners, so that we can empower the young people, the men, the women, through so many opportunities that are there with the national government and also the county government. So when we build this thing, waiting for a Messiah to come and okolea the people of Meru, really? Is this what we've been working for? Is this what the men and the women who have gone before us in Meru County governance have been fighting for, to wait for someone, an individual to come and okolea the entire community? Is that the right spirit for us? Are we supposed to wait to be okolewed?
Let's be brief. I can see now you've now gotten into a maybe be very, very brief. Mheshimiwa DMK, be very brief. You have only 1 minute now to be able to execute that matter, but I can see, I think we have the quote for the day, the poverty promoting program. That is that is the DG saying, eh? So thank you.
Madam Chair, let me finish. That Okolea program is a security risk. It should be treated like how you've seen Mheshimiwa for Cabinet Secretary for Interior treating these. Don't put the words into my mouth. How you've been treating the insecurity in other regions of this country. And so Okolea thing should be treated as such, with that weight, and the people of Meru be aware of the Okolea thing.
Thank you very much. In the interest of time, do you think that the governor abused her office contrary to the provisions of the Constitution, by doing all these activities that you are of doing towards you and your office?
Yes, I think so, Madam Chair, because Mama Governor, being the CEO of the government, she's supposed to promote peace, to promote teamwork, to promote public participation. We've all seen the people of Meru telling Mama Governor, we can take this as a public participation, that Mama don't bring Okolea program to this and that region. And because Mama is not upholding the spirit of devolution or the spirit of the constitutionalism, she will force Okolea to the regions that people are saying we don't need Okolea. And that is why you saw so many young people in a certain region of this Meru being arrested, prosecuted, and they were slapped with heavy fines, 100,000, of which these young people are going to rot in prisons because someone who is a hustler, who doesn't have a meal, a lunch, 3 meals a day, how can they raise that amount of money in form of a fine, a court fine, because they were forced to swallow a monster called Okolewa? Thank you, Madam.
Thank you very much. Now, lastly, what would you like this house to, because sometimes you have suggestions of how you would like to be helped. You wrote to this committee and this house because you are facing all these problems with the governor. How would you like the assembly to handle this matter? What would you like to request from the honorable members of the committee and honorable members of the house to intervene in this situation? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would propose that this honorable house that has been given powers by the Mwananchi, by the public, as per the Article 1, the people of Meru, Article 1 of our Constitution, the people of Meru have donated their power to you so that you can legislate, so that you can oversight, so that you can represent. Kindly let this be effective, because I can confidently say, Madam Chair, that as Meru County, we are where we are because. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. I think, members, we are coming to the end of our meeting. And before we are able to admit the evidences that the DG has, there are a few questions, Your Excellency. I want to really appreciate some of our members who are following us from wherever they are, and really appreciate some of the concerns that they are raising. There is a member who has raised and would wish to know, would a certain percentage, like maybe 30 or 20% or 10%, be appropriate to as facilitation for you to feel that you are facilitated, if that is supposed, maybe that recommendation can be done. Another member is also asking, and I also want to say, I want to declare that I'm a certified professional mediator, and maybe in the same strength, I also ask, do you feel the relationship with the governor is irreconcilable? Your relationship with the governor of Meru, is it reconcilable? And on the same strength, do you feel your working relationship has reached a point of no return?
Thank you, yes, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate your status as a certified mediator. Maybe you could also intervene in the situation that we are in. I can say it's not true that we can't work together. It's not true that our relationship is irreconcilable. What is the truth of the matter is the issue that is there at the moment is not about Reverend Isaac Mutuman Twedingia, the Deputy Governor of Meru County, and the Governor of Meru County. We allowed the situation, Madam Chair, to go to another level where the entire community, may it be the political leaders of the National Assembly, the senator, the women rep, the clergy, the wazees of Jorincheke, the business community, the professionals in Meru, they feel that this matter is not about the governor and the deputy. It is about the Meru County governance, and this is the discussion that we need to entertain so that together we can come up with the way forward, because Meru is an integral county. It is an integral part of the nation of Kenya that, Madam Chair, we can't sit back and watch Meru County sliding into a very, very bad situation. Even to His Excellency, the President and the Deputy, we know the block called Meru County, how it means economically and also politically to the national government of Kenya.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and thank you for being able to answer those questions. I say I was in line that we are not supposed to get concerns from people who are outside, but it was also my concern, as I said earlier, as a certified mediator, and you have been able to really answer that correctly. So at this particular point, I want us to admit the evidences that are there for the committee, and if there will be any other closing remarks, we shall get a closing remark from the Deputy Speaker and also my Vice Chair here as we close. So at this particular point, I want to advise we get the evidences before the committee and administered to us. Maybe you can guide us, the legal office.
Okay, sorry. I see the Deputy Speaker and had perhaps a question that was not addressed, but very shortly, Your Excellency, you'll answer that question because he seems unsatisfied. Then we move to the next issue of admitting the evidences. The Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, there are two things that I raised about an event in Kiengo MCK, and the last one that was done at the county headquarters by the chief officers and the and the man demeaning English and light on that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair. About the Kiengo MCK prayer and Thanksgiving service that was graced by our own new presiding Bishop Methodist Church in Kenya and the conference secretary, Dr. Maromba, it left the people of that region amazed by the levels at which the county government of Meru have gone, because as the Deputy Speaker is alleging, all the people are concerned on why my juniors could really insubordinate their boss in such a manner. But it was because of the instructions Mheshimiwa Mutia, who was the chief officer public service then, had received strict instructions that they should not recognize me anywhere in the protocol, and they should not allow me to represent the county government of Meru. So Mutia was, according to the authority that is there, Mutia was the most senior officer in that event, and the clergy, the people around that region got worried. They all called me later, and the MPs who are there also got concerned that what is happening is not okay. And one, Mheshimiwa Kele, was really concerned, and he promised that I will call Mama Governor to hear why things are happening the way they're happening. Why Mutia is saying, I'm here to represent the government and the governor of Meru County. And at that time, Madam Chair, one, Mheshimiwa Muri, he was in that function. And because of the fear, because the amount of pressure, I don't know if Mheshimiwa is here, I called him when I reached around the Moringana area and told him, Mheshimiwa, I'm coming to your ward. Do you know what he did? He switched off his phone not to get alerts on my arrivals. And I understood my brother, my younger brother, because of the amount of intimidation, the amount of pressure that has been there, especially on the members of this house and also on the county staff. Thank you, Madam Chair. About the press briefing, again, when I attended the first press briefing after these issues came about, the county secretary
and give the way forward. So can you kindly let us know what you have in terms of evidences? Because many instances you said, I have an evidence in this, I have an evidence in this. So take the floor.
Thank you once again, Madam Chair. To begin with, to start with, Madam Chair, I have the correspondences that I've tried to write to different government agencies looking for reconciliation, looking for the opportunity to be sat down with Her Excellency. One, I've written to this assembly, I've written to the Council of Governors, I've written to the Public Service Board, I've written to the Deputy Governor's Caucus, I've written to the Senate, and I've written to His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Nation of Kenya. Those documents are there. Those are correspondences for reconciliation.
Thank you, and I hope they are all received.
They are all received.
There are copies that have been received.
Yes,
by the
yes,
relevant-
I have the original.
All right.
Yes.
Maybe what you need to do is be pressing them assigned so that they can be ranged to the floor there for us to receive them. Just raise them there. Yes, thank you. No, the other place up there.
And also correspondences to our offices, that is the County Secretary, the Fleet Manager, the Secretary to the Cabinet, no, the Secretary to the Public Service Board. Don't confuse me, Patrick. So those are there. I have documents demonstrating that I've been using my personal money to run mostly the motor vehicle. I didn't know that I was expecting to bring the receipts that I've been buying things to run the office of the Deputy Governor. So again, those documents are here.
Do you have the receipts by anywhere else, or you have attached a few of them?
I have receipts for the things that we've been buying, you know, for the office of the
For
Deputy
the
Governor.
fuel, do you have any?
Yeah, they are here.
They are
The
there.
receipts for the fuel, they are here.
Thank you.
I have documentation that demonstrates that I've been invited to some of the international forums for the Deputy Governors. I've written to the relevant offices in our government, and they have not been honored.
Thank you.
I have documents to demonstrate that abuse, insults, vulgar language, intimidation, vilification, castigation has been done by my boss, Governor, and my juniors. They've also joined Mama to insult, to demean, to insubordinate me. I have those communications, they are here.
Yes.
WhatsApp messages.
These are WhatsApp messages.
Okay.
Hii sasa unasemaje? Hii ni third government.
The next one, please.
Yes, the next one, Madam Chair. It is the communications that were made again to demonstrate that I've been insulted, demeaned by my boss and my juniors in the WhatsApp platform that was meant to promote peace, development, unity, and the transformation agenda of Meru County government. It has been turned to be a vilification, bullying, victimization, and platform for insults to the deputy governor and promoting lack of peace among the county government staff, including administrators and other junior staff who are there.
Thank you so much. We can continue.
Then I have, Madam Chair, copies of appointment letters for my driver and my PA. I have also the purported resignation letters for the same staff, and they are here. And according to them, they never resigned. I think that's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for being able to submit the evidences that you have to this committee. I will ask the Sergeant at Arms to take all the copies and hand them over to the legal department and the secretariat for proper scrutiny at the right time. So maybe you can hand them over. Members, we are coming to the end of our exercise. I can see some devices going on there. Probably we'll need copies of that. We'll be able to look to them as a committee, and we really want to appreciate the office of the Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and the members present. I can see we have our members from the 4th Estate. We have our friends at the gallery. We really want to appreciate the people of Meru because you have found it deemed to come and listen and participate to this very good event, a very nice activity, and we are hoping to be able to come to a conclusion. One thing that I want to really promise us is that we will try as a committee to have the best outcomes as much as possible. We will do the deliberations, recommendations, policy changes, any legal actions that can be taken, and further investigations will be done on the same. Since we've just begun this activity, I am sure there's going to be at the right, there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. We promise that we are going to be very, very fair and impartial in this process, so that all the signs, maybe the sign of the Deputy Governor, the sign of the Executive, the Governor, nobody should feel that this committee is impartial in any way. We are open to the public. That's why maybe we were live on our medias, and to just do what is best for us as a county and as a country. We owe it to the citizens of our people. So we'll get the best possible. And before I conclude, I'm sure the Vice Chair has some closing remarks before I conclude.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And I want to take this opportunity to appreciate Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, for bracing 3 hours of grilling and answering questions from the members. I also want to appreciate, honorable members that have also, sat down since morning hours up to this hour. I also want to appreciate, most importantly, the staff members that joined us and have been of much help to us. I also want to extend appreciations to members of the public that are in the public gallery, and finally, people that I adore and revere so much, the members of the press and the members of the fourth estate. As it is called, Justice, Legal Affairs and Cohesion Committee, expect that this committee will dispense justice without fear or favor. So when we sit as a committee, we will agree on perhaps summoning the people that have adversely been mentioned by the deputy governor. That perhaps includes, but not limited to, the governor herself, the sister who has also adversely been mentioned, the chief of staff, Edwin Kiongozi as well, the county secretary, all those people. This committee will, invite them, or let's say summon them, so that they can also shed light, because it is only fair that they come and clean their names. So we will invite them as a committee. We will summon them as a committee, so that we will also hear their side of the story. This will be done soon as possible, once we sit down as a committee to see the next phase of this conversation. Thank you very much, and God bless you. God bless Meru.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair. I think I really want to appreciate some of the committee members who are friends of the committee, and to represent us, we have a very senior office, the office of the Speaker. The Deputy Speaker was here and he sat through us. So I want to really appreciate your office, the office of the Speaker, and maybe you can give us a remark as we come to the end of our meeting. Use the microphone.
I'll sit down. Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. I want to appreciate the committee for the work well done. In fact, this is the work we should be doing. We're doing our oversight work, which is representative in a way and legislative. So, Honorable Chairperson, the Vice Chair, and members of the committee, honorable members, our staff, we really appreciate. And to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, it was pleasurable having you around, shedding light on the issues that you raised in your letters. And we believe that this Honorable Assembly will be kind to your queries and concerns raised. And you can rest assured that your office will be facilitated. Just take heart, never lose hope, and we really feel you. So thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you so much. At this gesture, I want to give His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Meru, to give his closing remarks, a comment or something as we come to the end.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Madam Chair. And